Mr. Bello, a lieutenant colonel, was the commanding officer of the 65 Battalion, which was at the Lekki toll gate on the evening of October 20th, a top military official said. A lieutenant colonel of the 81 Division of the Nigerian Army, S.O. Bello, who led the team involved in the October 20th Lekki shooting incident, has rejected witness summons issued to him by the Lagos Judicial Panel of Inquiry. Jonathan Ogunsoya, the counsel to the witness, said this on Saturday when the case involving the Nigerian Army was called for further hearing on their role at the Lekki shooting. Mr. Ogunsoya said Mr. Bello refused to accept the summons served to him, which was sent through a dispatcher. Ibrahim Taiwo, the commander 81 Division and head Military Intelligence Brigade, earlier explained the role played by Mr. Bello, a senior officer of the Nigerian Army, in the Lekki shooting incident. The commander, who appeared before the panel twice to testify on the incident, said Mr. Bello, a lieutenant colonel, was the commanding officer of the 65 Battalion, which was at the Lekki toll gate on the evening of October 20th. He said Mr. Bello was the commander on ground who gave the order for the soldiers to shoot in the air and was there to employ non-kinetic, which is non-violent, means thereafter. Addressing the panel on Saturday, Mr. Ogunsoya said a witness summons was also served to Godwin Umelu, the general officer commanding GOC of 81 Division, who accepted the summons. He was also absent at the Saturday's proceedings. It was on the order of his honorable panel that the summons of the witness was issued and served to Major General Godwin Umelu for today's proceedings, and the same was received on the 30th of November 2020, precisely at 6:04 p.m., Mr. Ogunsoya said. When Doris Okuwobi, the chair of the panel, asked for an update concerning Colonel Bello, Mr. Ogunsoya said the dispatch rider was also there, but they refused to accept service. Prior to that, he said, I sought the cooperation of the legal counsel for the army on record, who asked to be sent to someone personally. I most humbly wish to make an application that the learned soul, who is the counsel on record in this matter for the Nigerian Army, that his chambers be served with this witness summon, subject to overriding approval of the panel so as to enable us make progress in the matter, Mr. Ogunsoya said. Olukayode Enison, a counsel holding brief for the Lagos State government, aligned himself with the submission made by Mr. Ogunsoya and urged that the order be made to Akinlolu Kehinde, the counsel to the army, who has the confidence in the military command. Commenting on the absence of Mr. Umelu, the GOC of 81 Division, Mr. Enison said it might be due to the outbreak of coronavirus within the top military rank. His absence might not be unconnected to the outbreak of COVID-19 in the military high command, which led to the death of one of the generals in the past week. They should be given the grace to appear before the panel another time, he said. The counsel representing #EndSARS protesters at the panel, Adesina Ogunlana, also aligned himself to the position of Mr. Ogunsoya. He said 10 days ago, Mr. Kehinde made a formal presentation or report to the Nigerian military as though the matter had already been concluded. He said, I think it's a bit of an affront that someone's coming from a panel like this will be refused. The panel should take a very serious view of this, he said. Okay. Oh. They are making excuses for him that maybe because of coronavirus. He would have said so. If really he didn't want to come, he would have said, oh, this and this is the reason why I'm not going to be around. Not that say you are assuming or you are just thinking for him. Nobody should think for him. He should have passed the message across, the reason why he does not want to come, especially that Bello, because even from the beginning, that's a Taiwo that has been coming. I was like, he was not the one on ground. I think the Bello would have been the one they ought to have invited from the beginning. I'm sure Nigerians are following this whole thing. Some people do not even have a confidence in all of this their panic they are putting here and there, because some people don't just have believe in it, but some people are watching everything thoroughly that these people might shoot themselves on the foot. Let's see how it will all end. All these excuses here and there. Well, the guilty is always afraid. Is a very big fool of the century, thinking the day the Nigeria army is the best, Boko Haram will be judging you armies. Yes, he's above the law, he cannot come, but the lawyer is making excuses for him that it could be as a result of the COVID-19. What I don't even understand. He would have passed the message, he would have told the panel or sent message that this is the reason why I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to be around. In Nigeria, those who enforce the law are actually the lawbreakers. They will not accept the invitation to appear before the panel. He must appear. No one is above the law. I always know that nothing tangible will come out of this panel. At the end of the day, everything remains the same. Nobody will be held responsible. He has powerful politicians and senior army backup. The sponsor must be a powerful politician, and Nigeria government is always aware of that, or they are aware of that. But one thing, even if he comes at the end of the day, he will tell you what he has to tell you. The thing is he will still come and say is that, oh, he shot in the head, he didn't shoot directly at anybody, it was a blank ammunition, and that is it. Even if he comes, he might come eventually. He might come eventually, and he will tell you what he wants to say. Nobody is not going to be forced to say something else. He will, in as much they have already denied every evidence made available, they say it's fake, it's photoshopped, it's doctored, this and that. He will still come and tell you, after all, the same thing that the Colonel Taiwo or Brigadier Taiwo said. He will still come and repeat the same thing, and at the end of the day, what will happen? And they will tell you, the panel will tell you that the case presented to them, they judge according to what is in their front. That is what we usually hear. Being in army doesn't mean that you have to be in court, because if you do, you have to be donating human blood from time to time. Apart from regular drinking of human blood, vanity upon vanity. Shame on Nigeria judiciary of thieves. He will come, he is practicing what he will say. Civilian summoning a colonel in Nigeria army. Okay, let's watch and see how this plays out. When nobody is in control, this is what we expect. Everyone has to do whatever he or she likes. They have to do what they want. Wow. So he's above the law. Now, wow, but if an ordinary citizen, they will shoot him or family members for the no-show. What is shame?